And it's a guy named Cameron Harold. He's actually from Canada. He's from Vancouver. And he took 3 different companies over $100 million in revenue. And one of them was a junk company. Anybody familiar with 1-800-GOT-JUNK? Anybody ever heard of it? Not exactly the sexiest thing in the world, collecting junk. And he grew that company from $2 million to $120 million. And what's even crazier is he got 5,000 articles written about them in 5 years. I'm like, I don't want that guy to be my client. I want him to be my advocate. I want him to be in my corner. And maybe you've had that situation where you meet somebody, you're like, this person could be a game changer for my business. This person could be like a rainmaker. And you're like, how do I engage them differently? That's what I was, and I was sitting in the seat and I'm like, I could ask this guy to dinner or to a ball game, but he's going to get asked that 1,000 times. And so I go up afterwards, I'm like, hey, I hear you're coming to Cleveland in a couple months. And he was polite, he said, yeah, I'm coming in. I said, are you coming in the night before? He said, yeah, absolutely. I said, what are you going to do? And he said, I'm going to shop at my favorite store. His face kind of lit up. I'm like, oh, what's that? He said, I love Brooks Brothers. I'm like, on the spot, I'm like, this is my angle. I'm like, I love Jose Bank. What's your shirt size? I'm going to send you a shirt. And he looked at me a little weird. He's like, does this guy have a man crush on me? Like, this is odd. Nobody, I just met him like 2 minutes later, or 2 minutes before that. But he told me his shirt size. And then we moved on to the next topic, and I said, hey, I got season tickets to the Cavs. I'm a big LeBron fan. Do you want to come? That night is opening night. Let's go to a game and grab dinner. And you could tell, like, in his head, he's like, I don't have anything else to do. Sure, we'll go. But he'd been asked that probably 100 times that year. That wasn't going to be the relationship deepener. And so luck would have it, the day comes, and he starts texting me in the morning. He's like, I've had a horrible day of travel already. I almost missed my flight. The next flight's delayed. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it in time. Should we just cancel? And I said, no, take your time. Like, whenever you get in, even if it's just us grabbing dinner, we'll forget the game. So he gets in, or a couple hours go by. I'm like, you know what? I got to pull the trigger. I got to do this thing. So I drive up. It's about 4 hours before he's going to land. And I go to Brooks Brothers. And I walk in. I'm kind of nervous. I just sold half the business. And I put down the American Express and I say, this is the guy's sizes. I want one of everything in the new fall collection. All the jackets, all the sweaters, every color, everything. Pants, belts, everything. And the young sales associate thought it was a joke. He's like, yeah. Can I help you for real? I'm like, no, that's for real. They gather everything up. It takes about an hour. And swipe the card, $7,000. Like, oh my gosh, I hope this works. Go over to the Ritz. I'm like, hey, I asked for the GM. I said, hey, you have a VIP coming to town. Would you like to do something really over the top and just blow him away? He's very influential. And the GM's like, of course. So we go into his room, and we merchandise his entire hotel room to look like a Brooks Brothers store. Sweaters, merchandise here, jackets here, pants there. I go downstairs with my business partner. We're having a drink, and I'm probably drinking a little faster than I should. I'm like, oh gosh, my business partner, like, this is just going to blow up in our face. We don't have $7,000. He comes in. You can tell he's destroyed, like, just devastated from travel. He's like, why did I ever agree to this? And so he goes upstairs to like change and wash his face, and he comes back down. He's like, and his eyes are the size of silver dollars, and he has this glow on his face. And he said, John, I don't know who you are or really even what you do, but whatever you want to talk about, for as long as you want to talk about it, I am all ears. He said, I've had a lot of cool people over the last 20 years do some really nice things for me. It's like nobody has ever created an experience quite like this. He said, I've already texted pictures to friends and to authors. I've called authors and said, hey, I got to change my quote. The Four Seasons, remembering my name and having a bottle of water waiting for me when I go out for a jog, isn't going to cut it anymore. This is the story. Now you fast forward over the last 8 years, Cameron has opened up doors with the president of Starbucks. Every client that he has, and he has some multi-billion-dollar clients, every one of them, he would open up the door for me, would send them a gift. I couldn't do with $1 million what he's done for free as a friend. He was absolutely blown away.